Hello and welcome back to another Fate Ground Order video. So yeah, this one was a bit late of a stream, but anyways, let's continue where we left off last time. Last time we chose which side we want to go with. So I chose the nighttime since it could be fun to have something challenging since it mentioned that nighttime was a bit more challenging than daytime since more enemies will be spawning. So yeah, let's continue with section 8. I think today's reset was section 8, 9 and 10. I think 11 and 12 are on the next reset. So yeah, let's get to it. Section 8, 3 Castle Lords. And yeah, I think from tomorrow onwards, I'll probably be streaming around this time or even later than this. So yeah. Hmm. Oh, so the third castle is finally open, and you already went to pay your respects to its newest lord. Oh, oh, hmm. I'm sorry. Am I reminding you of someone again? No, no, not at all. How could I even think about someone else in the presence of beauty such as yours? Do I need to explain it yet again? My name is Tamamovich Koyanskaya. I never respond to normal summons. I am an exception among exceptions that only exists thanks to Kaldia's provocation. Pro civil. What? I probably have seen that word, but proclivities. Yep, yep. I've never appeared anywhere in human history. I only use it for my own personal reference. So I think the reason I receive a call this time has more to do with you, since you were both summoned together. We were both summoned together. Perhaps there is something about the spirit origin that sparks some memories in you. Ha ha ha. Good question. I do have something of soft spot for your face. That much is true. Oh my. So you would mess with a woman's fate just because she happens to be your type? Terrible. Tell me, Lord Taoist, are you fond of capital punishment? Because I think the best thing we can do about those wandering eyes of yours is to gouge them out here and now. Forgive me, I shouldn't have said that. So, can we please refrain from recreating one of the old legends of chaos here? You may be an irresponsible bastard, but I cannot ask for more qualified partner. I couldn't ask for more qualified partner. Just look at how easy you wiped out the very highest level of thought key magecraft defense. Once again, my apologies. Forgive me. Oh, alright. I doubt I would let it go if I had materialized in more divine form, but it seems luck is on your side. Anyway, what are you going to do about that, Master? I don't believe we should leave Lord Ptolemaeus to his own devices either. Of course not. If the legends are true, then he's one of the most formidable sages to ever live. To say nothing of the fact that precious few servants can claim to be both general and sage. Oh my, I can hardly believe my ears. While even while you are singing the enemy's praise, you slip in a verse about your own. I have a hand and I have to hand it to you. Taigong Wang. Taigong Wang. Jiang Zhu Lu Xiang. I've never seen anyone tote their own horn better than you. Tell me, are you always so loose-lipped? Would you mind telling me if I had NFF took into your relationship history with the opposite sex? I didn't realize I'd touch a sore spot. Taigong Wang, may I say something? I thought Niza and uh, what is the family guy? I forgot his name, the rider, the four-star rider. I thought both of them were on the other side of the castle, but that this makes sense since the last castle is probably Theseus, I think. So yeah, let's continue. Oh, Niza, of course. What is it? The gate you assigned me is still vulnerable. We need to fortify it before the enemy shows up. I see. Since the castle changes between day and night here, we'll have to build additions for both versions. I've been putting the gates off until later since I wanted to save some of my magical energy for other things, but why rush to build reinforcements now? Wouldn't Lord Ptolemaeus remain in his castle until he better understands the situation? On the contrary, were I in his position, I'd go on the offensive. So yes, 11th hour or not, we need to make sure our fortifications hold. Can I trust you to handle that, Niza? Don't worry. Wang Feihu is here too. Yep, Wang Feihu, the rider's name. Sure, I can take a look at them, but I'm sure we'll be fine, Lady Niza. Lady Niza has always had an eye for architecture. That's great to hear. Thank you for helping out, Wang. Don't be afraid to point out any weaknesses you would attack if you were the enemy. Of course, that's all I have been able to do after all. Well, I think I'll be on my way. I have had. I, I would hate to intrude on your fun little moments with childhood friends. Sheesh. No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to relax around her. I suppose immaturity isn't the kind of thing you can train yourself out of, no matter how long you work at it. We know you are immature, Taigong Wang. Ha ha ha. Honestly, I'm relieved to see you haven't changed a bit. I knew you had ascended to position of siege chancellor, but honestly, I never pictured you as one. Ah, it's good to hear you two speaking your minds again. A lovely trip down memory lane. Unfortunately, that means I have to ask this. Are you sure you want us to fight this war seriously, Chancellor? Of course I do. Please, don't hold back. Understood. I'm a warrior, so holding back isn't really an option for me in any case. This Holy Grail thing may inspire fear, but I can't deny it has a certain allure as well. And I do have a wish I would like to have granted now that I am an empty shadow of humanity. I have a wish too. I want to punch my old self. Haha, I see. So that's your greatest wish, is it? It's not funny. Huang Feihu, don't be rude. Oh, sorry. Of course, it's not. Every wish is equally valid. That's why they are such valuable things. And if you're going to lead us, Chancellor, then I don't see how we can possibly lose. Well, I hope I don't let you down then. Alright. Would you two mind guarding the castle gate again? Castle gate then. Got it. Leave it to me. You may be immature, but I am. Perfect. Sure thing. Just say the word. Say the word if you need anything. Hmm. What a positively unclear, un Euler inducing combination those two make. Euler inducing. Okay, but never mind that now. The real problem is, as Huang said, is that the way things are going now, I may just end up winning this war. As arrogant as always. Is this the second time we are seeing him? After Tunguska, I don't think we have seen him in any of the other events apart from the tower event, since all the servants were there during the tower event. I think there was another one, but I don't remember, so sure, let's continue. Oh, moo moo moo. Morning, Xi Biaojing. Xi Biaojing. Jiang. Hi there, where's everyone else? Hey master, it's morning. I went ahead and made some living arrangements for you so you'd feel more at home. Dining, okay. I can't believe you did all this in just one night. Hey, the throne is smaller now. No need to thank me. Not like servants gotta sleep anyway. I just picked up the trash scattered around and pushed a broom around the place real quick. Anyway, I'm guessing a lord like you's got something else on your mind. How about it, Ptolemaeus? I had a feeling this might be the case, but I'm still surprised to learn this castle was just one part of a greater whole. And I never would have guessed that Taigong Wang would be one of the other lords of the castle. Of a castle. Taigong Wang is... Ah, that's right. It seemed he was an acquaintance of yours, master. Yeah, the Taigong Wang I knew from Kaldia is a huge help. Mo, there. Don't worry, we are not talking about your owner. Anyway, that's too bad. I was hoping he wouldn't live up to his reputation, but it sounds like he very much does. That's gotta be a problem. We could overwhelm one enemy with brute force, but not much chance of that working with two of them to deal with. And on top of that, Tai Gong Wang's supposed to be one of the greatest tacticians ever. That Fang, Fang Shi of his has got to be at least as strong as the Buddha's prediction. On the other hand, just holding up here and playing defense will see us with our backs against a wall real quick. Especially since I'm pretty sure the enemy knows more about the singularity than we do. So, what's the plan, Lord Ptolemaeus? I already know what I'd like to do, but... Alright, I have something to tell you first. Now that you're the lord of the castle, we can use the throne to control some of this castle's abilities. Abilities? Like what? I tested them earlier and this is the clearest example I could come up with. Shadow Knights. They just bowed to me. It seems the lord of this castle is able to summon these things and order them about as they like. The giant must have been using them in place of foot soldiers. Unfortunately, it also seems like they can't leave this castle. The ramparts are as far as they can go. You mean the area where we first fought them? That's right. So we won't be able to take them along with us to Taigong Wang's castle. Conversely, we can also expect the enemies to use their own Shadow Knights against us when we attack their castle. So the best we can do with them is to defend the castle while we are away, huh? Correct. I also learned that we can at least to some extent alter the structure of the castle itself. though doing so does require a substantial amount of magical energy. So, does that mean the whole castle is made of magical energy? Because I find it hard to believe anyone could make a building of this size with magical energy alone. It might be hard to believe, but based on what to, Ptolemaeus has told us, along with our own analysis, that does seem to be the case. Even if this is just that kind of singularity, I agree that of sha- it's a lot to swallow. At any rate, we can definitely say that being the lord of one of these castles is a very big deal. What it means to be the lord of a castle. Oh, good timing. My eagle just returned. Whoa, is that your pet? A mechanical eagle? That's right. You can think of as my familiar. With the fog around, I couldn't use him since that's not no longer a problem. I've been having him serve as our eye in the sky. Okay, some random gibberish. Was it some kind of password? Oh, that's not normal language. It's compressed data. I knew it. It looks like Tagong Wang's familiar left all sorts of nasty traps in this castle before Sugitani shot him. We have removed most of them, but now it looks like the northern castle has already started to reinforce their gate. I'm sure they can also use their throne to manipulate their castle directly, but I guess they'd rather be safe than sorry. Granted, I would do the same thing in their position, but I'm still surprised they are moving so quickly. This is what I hate about a capable foe. Our only choice seems to be going on the offensive as soon as possible. Uh, that's our only choice. What about defending? Oh, our environment is well suited to defense, and we could certainly take that route if we didn't need to win this war soon. Unfortunately, we have a weakness our enemy do not. I'm sure Taigong Wang is already well aware of it. Yeah, I'm sure he is too. The fact that you are human, wait, that's a weakness? What's wrong with being a human? Oh, even I know this one. Being human means you have got to eat and sleep and stuff. Oh, right. Even with Sugitani keeping your food stores secure, uh, that castle can't be the most comfortable environment. Caldia will do everything we can to support you, of course, but we still won't be able to count on you staying in good health forever. I was once left to fend for myself in a castle during the winter as a part of my own survival training, and let me tell you, that was not a good time. Then again, without that experience, I may never have come up with my magecraft for transforming rotten meat into marble beef. Obviously, you have had lots of different experiences yourself with, but that's not the same thing as being an expert survivalist. And even if you were, we can't afford to take years to resolve a singularity. So if we don't want all three castles to get stuck in a stalemate, we really do have no choice but to shake things up. Precisely. Wonderfully squint as well. What? That's the first time I have seen that word. Succulent. Succinct. Succinct. Uh, Briefly and clearly. Succinct. Succinct. Okay. Precisely. Wonderfully succinct as well. So, yes, there you have it. If we go on the defensive now, it will only be a matter of time until we are out of resources. When considering alongside when considered alongside the knowledge that Daigong Wang has already seen you and so knows our greatest weakness, We are left with no option but to go on the offensive. Truth be told, I don't like to ignore the other castle either, but since we have nowhere near the forces to fight a war on two fronts, we can't afford to concern ourselves with it now. I have no doubt Taigong Wang has reached the same conclusion, which is why he is already moving to fortify his own defenses. I am impressed both you and he are already thinking so far ahead. Oh, this is just old habit at this point. It's what happens when you are always thinking about how best to get the jump on others. All that said, the situation isn't as bad as it may sound. Now that we know what we have to do, we just have to steel ourselves to do it. Besides, laying siege to a castle is a lot of fun. I definitely agree with that. You two really are enjoying this, huh? Trust me, this is one of those things that just gets more addictive the more you do it. In fact, uh, Perdiccas Leonatus and I once almost came to blows over who would get to lead the engineering corps. Which is why I need you to make another decision before we do anything else, Master. The enemy's castle is almost certainly just like ours in that it changes between day and night. In other words, it should have fewer enemies and formidable locations by day and more of both by night. Also, this time we are going to need to fight two battles, one to infiltrate the castle and one to lay siege to it. Alright, Master, now that you know what it is in store for us, which version would you like to go with this time? Same as last time, the night version, since it's more fun that way. Okay. Section 9, Tactician of the East and the Elderly King of the West 4. What an incredible view. Really hope I don't lose my footing here. Well, Master, are you ready? Our route into the castle begins on this cliff. Taigong Wang has heavily fortified the front gate, so this back path is the only remaining means to entry I could find. I don't suppose you brought parachutes, did you? As long as you remain calm and patient, you will be fine, so relax. That was all we need to do to keep construction workers from falling to their deaths during the construction of the lighthouse of Alexandria, for the most part. This reminds me of Lord Yoshitsune's Hyodoro Goe. Hyodoro Goe. Hyodoro Hyodori Goe maneuver. Oh, so a general in your land employed similar tactics. I would love to add his story to my library. Ah, that's plenty of book about him already. Every kid back where I came from knows about him. I see. Your homeland lies far to the east, yes? Even further than the land where we were forced to give up. Between your country, Taigong Wang's country, and all the other nations out there, I don't think the staging size of this world will ever stop surprising me. Okay. It sounds like Taigong Wang is near the front gate. If we make our way in now, we should have a straight shot to the throne room. Even if we can't get the tier of Holy Grail right away, setting the pace for this battle will give us an advantage. Alright, that's far. That's enough explanation. Are you ready, Master? Yes, let's go. I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall, I'm falling. Give me your hand. Haha, you see, I knew you could do this. Look, there is the castle's tower now. Hmm? Okay. Oh my, oh my. You already, you actually did came this way. Koenskaya. He may be an absolute dunce of a tactician, but he does have an eye for strategy. I suppose this is what they mean about not showing your hands again. Hands too soon. Of course, that sort of cunning is irritating in its own right. Don't you agree, Neza? I do. Taigong Wan is surprisingly mean-spirited, but he does know his stuff. So he sent you here. Oh yes, much as I hate to admit it, he is the lord of our castle. So we have to do what he says. Though only until I can take my leave with suitable payments in the form of the Holy Grail, of course. Anyway, now that you're kindly gathered yourself in one piece for me, you should make a lovely meal for my adorable pets. Oh, thanks. Okay.